I have all kinds of cool deck lists that find their way into my inbox, and it's always interesting to see what players are cooking up. This was a Gravekeeper Red Eyes list that I was sent, and this deck seems very cool on paper. He was telling me that he had a very consistent win rate with this, and I'm sure that consistent means it was doing relatively well in terms of just testing and messing around. So if you guys love some Red Eyes, this might be a nice little fun deck for you to mess around with. And I'm not saying like it's going to win you a lot of games, but hell, man, like this just seems fun. So I have triple copies of Ash Blossom, Enjoy Spring, triple copies of Gravekeeper's Commandant, one copy of Gravekeeper's Descendant, one copy of Gravekeeper's Headman, one Spy, two copies of Red Eyes Wyvern, two copies of Dank Magician, and two copies of Dank Red Eyes. Then we have one double or nothing for a secondary OTK machine? Question mark. Triple copies of Necro Valley, triple copies of Throne, triple copies of Pot of Extravagance, triple copies of Red Eyes Fusion, triple copies of Red Eyes Insight, triple copies of Royal Tribute, triple copies of Infinite Permanence, and triple copies of Solemn Judgment, wrapping up the main deck. Imagine a perfect world where you're able to like cheese the Red Eyes Fusion with the Necro Valley and then just Royal Tribute your opponent. I feel like that's like the ultimate BM of all time, and your opponent's definitely going to walk away the saltiest, angriest little child in the room. Alright, those are the rage quits that you get on DM because you're better than they are. Alright, extra deck down here with two copies of Boral Sword Dragon, triple copies of Utopia Double, triple copies of Utopia, two copies of Exciton Knight. I mean, may as well have a third win com built into the deck so we can blow up our opponent, right? Two copies of Dweller, and then we have triple copies of the Red Eyes Dark Dragoon because it's a stun card. Stun card, by the way. Side deck here we have one Pankratops, triple copies of Ghost Ogre, triple copies of Nibiru Spaceman, triple copies of Lightning Storm, two copies of Evenly Matched, and triple copies of There Can Only Be One Dark Dragoon on the field at a time. Wrapping up Gravekeeper Red Eyes. I wish I could make this stuff up to you guys and be like, hey, you can really just put Red Eyes Dark Dragoon in anything. We're at that point in the game now, by the way. If you want to get some free wins, Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, the deck, might be the thing for you to explore. Like I said, see how many rage quits you can get with Necro Valley Royal Tribute into Dark Dragoon on your opponent. Do it! Alright, your opponent's going to be so freaking angry at you. It's not even the ultimate 3-card combo. I could see it now in Team Samurai's title. Leave your opponent with nothing and still have it negate the deck. Alright, next up, this is a relatively older list. This is Zefra. This was played at a previous Zodiac tournament, I think was last month. I had this, the ban list rolled on over. I still had this, it was still legal. I was like, well, you know what, let's go talk about this. Let's see what Zefra can still do. Now, I'm sure there are many cool variants and things that you'll be able to change over time as this deck evolves, but this was a working concept that I saw actually producing some sort of results out of the Zodiac tournament. So I figured, yeah, let's talk about this. So we have triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, one copy of Cyberstein because OTK Machine Go Burr, and Exterio is a hell of a card. One copy of Gizmek Kaku, triple copies of Gamma, one copy of the Planet Pathfinder, two copies of Zefra Pilica, one copy of Zefra Wendy, triple copies of Zefra Thuban, one Zefraxion, triple copies of Zefrath, triple copies of Zefranu, and triple copies of Zefraxi. And then we have one copy of Driver. He's got to drive our deck to brick. Then we have triple copies of Oracle Zefra, triple copies of Pot of Desires, one copy of Terraforming with one Upstart, one copy of Zefra Path, triple copies of Zefra Providence with one 9 Pillars, two copies of Zefra Divine Strike, and two copies of Zefra War, wrapping up the main deck here. Extra deck, we have one Lambda, one copy of Halifibrax with one Boral Sword, one Apollosa, one VFD, one M7, one Yazi, one copy of Stardust Charge, one Crocodile, one Omega, one copy of Nirvana, one Metaphys Horus, one Formula, one Xiaofeng, and one copy Naturi Exterio, wrapping up the extra deck. Side deck here we have 2 copies of Nibiru, triple copies of Cosmic Cyclone, 2 copies of Dark Ruler No More, 2 copies of Lightning Storm, triple copies of Evenly Matched, and triple copies of Infinite Permanence, wrapping up Yang Zing for everybody. Maybe you can play Red Eyes Zefra at this point. Also, this card, I've seen this man doing crazy stuff with this. Activate this card only if you have 2 Zefra cards in your Pendulum Zones, with active Pendulum scales of 1 to 7. If this card is activated, shuffle all monsters you control into the deck, except for Zefra monsters. Neither player can special summon monsters from the hand or the extra deck while you have a card in your Pendulum Zone. This card cannot be targeted by card effects. Destroy this card if a card in your Pendulum Zone is destroyed. By the way, so this card is absolute bonkers. I've seen so many free wins be resolved because of this card. Yeah, it's very broken, actually, and it's super easy to achieve. All right, because, you know, Zefrath being able to set scales to whatever he wants is pretty good. All right, next up, more Plunder Patrol. I believe that this list is a little bit old as well, but that's fine. So we have triple copies of Asher Blossom, Enjoy Spring, triple copies of Bluebeard, triple copies of Goldie Hair, and triple copies of Redbeard, with triple copies of Whitebeard, wrapping up the monster lineup. Spells, we have Triple Call by the Grave. Yep, gotta drop those, lol. So we were talking about, actually, when we were covering Plunder Patrol, dropping these for just 2 tactical talents or something else literally just kind of fixes the issues. Previously on the list, though, seeing that we had, what was it? You had more like a combo-based strategy that you could do with this, and that kind of got hurt by the list. But honestly, easy replacements here. Just drop the 2 call buys. So easy. All right, 2 Cosmic, triple copies of Emblem, triple copies of Plunder Patrol, Shipping. Yeah, this card tongue twisters me so much. We have triple Shipyard, 2 Desire, 2 copies of Salvage with 1 Terraforming, triple Imperm, and triple copies of Booty. Down here in the extra deck, we have 1 Gardener with 1 Almirage, triple copies of Captain, triple Morik, 1 copy of the White Aura Whale, 2 copies of Brawn, 1 Dragite, and triple copies of the Lease. Side deck here, triple copies of Effect Veiler, triple copies of Gizma Uka, because, you know, the whole Holly Fibrax thing, triple Dark Ruler, triple Evenly Matched, and triple copies of Unending Nightmare, wrapping up an interesting take on Plunder Patrol. Like I said, easy adaptations pushing into the new format. And then we have this. All right, nothing really changes. I know that somebody out there was messing around with concepts, trying to adapt Red Eyes Dark Dragoon into Cyber Dragon. The duelist that sends me this all the time always is messing around with different things. So this is another take to Cyber Dragons. How much can you really adjust for the format? It really depends. By the way, this one's spicy. So we have triple copies of Cyber Dragon, triple copies of Cyber Dragon Core, triple copies of Cyber Dragon Naxter, triple copies of Cyber Dragon Hertz, 2 copies of Veer, and 2 copies of Dre. And then we have triple Machine Duplication, triple copies of Rev System, triple copies of Power Bond, 2 copies of Overload Fusion, 2 copies of Cyber Emergency, 2 copies of Repair, 2 copies of Limiter Removal, 2 copies of the Twin Twisters, 2 Cyberload Fusion with 1 Foolish Burial, 1 Monster Reborn, 1 DNA Surgery, and 1 copy of the Cybernetic Overflow. What happened when me make everything Machine Monster? Me go Cyber Dragon. Mine. Easy. Extra deck is 1 Zeger, 1 Genius, 1 Platinum with 1 Link Kribo, 2 Nova and 2 Infinity, 2 Rampage, 2 Chimera Tech Fortress, 1 Overdragon, 1 Mega Fleet, and 1 Cyber Dragon. How much mileage do you actually get out of playing this card? We have 2 copies of Galaxy Soldier, 1 DNA Surgery, 2 Heavy Storm Duster, 1 Almirage, 2 Infinite Impermanence, 1 Malefic, and 1 copy of Imperm, with plenty of other filler, depending on how you're testing out with your list. Alright, so this completes our backlog of decks that people have sent me over time. The Gravekeeper list is probably the most interesting thing here. But guys, please, leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and well guys, I'm out. Peace. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out VanCool40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCool40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mcoolgames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.